Got me thinking that I was average, but you're really the same. Got me thinking that I was average. What did Summer say? Hi, everybody. Let's see who is in here. Debbie Boo said, I can't wait. You're gonna put this mess to bed. I'm gonna try. He lived his life very controversial. So everybody's gonna have different things to say. I hope my mic is working and you guys can actually hear me and it's not echoing. Miss Goldie Robin said, good afternoon, Shakira Sphere and family. Up, 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 blessings. And Soda Blue Cutie Pie says, hi. Candy Diamond said, what up, my dear? Stay home. Hey, Shakira, my notification on point. Big up yourself, Carlene Vital. Um, uh, 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 uh. Oh, so if you're new here, hi, welcome. I try to do these lives once a week now, so we're going to be talking about Kevin Samuels. Kevin Samuels is the self-proclaimed image consultant and relationship guru. He does majority of his content here on YouTube, on Instagram. He is 56 years old and he died a few days ago. So, what a lot of people have been talking about is women are happy that he's dead. They're laughing, they're joking about it. And a lot of people are saying that it's not right and you're not supposed to do that. And dying is no joke and all of that. I'm not here to invalidate anybody's feelings about who he is to them. If they feel like he did amazing thing for them and their lifestyle, more power to you. If you feel like he was not your cup of tea, more power to you. If you feel like you're happy he's gone and you're not going to say RIP, you hope he lays in the ninth ring of hell, that's more power to you. If you feel like he's at the pearly gates of heaven and he's about to shake Jesus' hand or God's hands, more power to you also. I'm not here to defend his actions or tell you how to feel about his actions or anything like that. The problem I have with social media is that how fake social media is. Kevin Samuels did not care to treat Black women with respect when he was alive. So I don't feel the need or see anything wrong with Black women not giving him respect when he's dead. Don't let that go over your heads. Kevin Samuels didn't give a damn about how Black women feel when was alive and the way he spoke to them and the way he made them feel. So when he's dead, Black women are not required ever to make him feel good in death. The same way you treat us in death is the same way you treat us in life is the same way we're going to treat you in death. Gone are the days where you're allowed to disrespect Black women, you're allowed to belittle, demean Black women, and you get away with it because you died unexpectedly. In Augusta anymore. The same way you treat us in life and talk to us in life is the same way you're going to be treated in death. Do not let that get out over your heads, especially Black men. And for everybody that's confused about who I'm talking about, it's the same thing with Kevin Samuels. It's the same thing with Toby. He's no different. And while his intentions may be pure and his intentions may have been something good and he wanted to uplift, and the way Black women received it, well, a lot of Black women received it, was he was disrespectful, he was demeaning, and he said a lot of disparaging things about Black women. So you cannot invalidate other women's feelings, no matter if you're in the right or if you think you're in truth. You're saying truth. And honestly, I have the statistics to back a lot of what he says was based on his opinions and not facts. And I'm actually going to show you guys everything on here. And this is why I'm imploring women to really, really think about who you give your attention to and who you have teaching you. Because Kevin Samuels had a degree. He was an intelligent man. He knew exactly what he was doing. He knew his target audience and he made sure his target audience felt exactly how he wanted them to feel. He's not dumb. And he said out his own mouth that when he does other topics, like topics touching on men, he didn't get the views. So he was after the views and the likes. And to a certain point, I'm going to have to blame Black women also, because Black women are the one that actually put him in a place to have a platform to belittle, disrespect, and demean Black women. Black women are always calling in. Black women are always on his shows asking for advice. Black women put men like this in a position to belittle them and disrespect them, and then have something to say after when they actually do belittle you and disrespect you. If you didn't support, if you didn't tune in, if you didn't comment, if you didn't say anything about anything he had to say, he would have no platform. It's just that simple. And Black women need to take responsibility for this, because for far too much, we put people in positions of power that have no business being in positions of power. And with the way our community is going now and how divided it is, a person like Kevin Samuels wasn't doing anything good in our community, because he would talk mess about Black women one day. He would compare Black women against Latin women, Asian women, and white women another day. Then he would talk about Black men another day, and he would make sure they were butting heads with each other. He knew what he was doing. And I'm not here to sugarcoat anything, whether that be for Black woman or Black man. Everybody has a part to play. And if you're not willing to do your part, then you cannot complain at all. If you are there supporting him and commenting on his commentary or his videos, and you're a Black woman and you feel like he's disrespectful, but you're still going there to consume the content, that's your business. And if you're a Black man and you subscribe to a lot of things that he says, then I have to give you the side eye. Like, I'm going to look at you different. I'm going to look at you different, because the facts and what he has to say are not lining up. And a lot of people are coming on here with their opinions and stating opinions as facts. And this is why I like to do my live video and make sure I have facts to back up what I am saying. Kevin Samuels definitely knew that controversy sells and he sold it. And in the grand scheme of things, the only person I feel sorry for really is his kids, because he's died and he lived with so much controversy, so much toxicity that people can't even wish him well, and he's dead. So that goes to show you, whatever you reap, you're going to sow, whether that be in this life or the next. And a lot of people can talk about karma, a lot of people can talk about how he died and all of that. Not wishing death on anyone or anybody, but you live and you die in what you put out in the universe. He put out toxicity where black women are concerned, and he have gotten toxicity from black women when he died. Simple. One thing I will say too is black women are always categorized as angry. And anytime we exude anything outside of happy, we are seen as angry, we're miserable, all the other words that they use for us, BICTH. And it's full time now that black women are allowed to have feelings just like everybody and anybody else. Okay, we're allowed to feel frustrated. We're allowed to feel happy. We're allowed to laugh. We're allowed to make jokes. It's just like how a white supremacist see a police officer killing a black man and he rejoice in that because he don't like black people. It's the same thing. If a black woman feel like Kevin Samuels disrespected her, she have every right to feel and exude whatever emotion she wants to exude. We are not less than, and we have every emotions just like black men do. So stop coming on social media and telling black women how they are supposed to feel when they feel disrespected, belittled, or demeaned. They have every right to feel and express how they feel in whichever way they see fit. So let's get into it. Kevin Samuel said that, I actually wrote it down. So let me go into my notes. I wrote out some of his favorite catchphrases and lines that he used to use. And honestly, I'm very indifferent to him. I watched some of his videos and I didn't know a thing about him until I actually got on TikTok and saw not only black men, but black women talking about all the stuff that he did wrong, and I actually tuned in and listened to some of the stuff. That's it. I wasn't a fan. I didn't watch him. I didn't care for him. He was just not my type of person, so I'm indifferent to the whole of this. Okay, I don't have any sides in this really. So one of his favorite line was, "Black women are going to die alone." And I'm going to show you the facts behind that. Because if you know statistics prove that single women, unmarried women of a certain age, they live happier lives when they're not married. They live healthier lives when they're not married. They live longer lives when they're not married. So, this is the furthest thing from the truth. And this is why I say be careful of what you consume on social media. So I'm going to go into the news article and I'm going to share the page because I want everybody to see exactly what I'm talking about. And you can read it for yourself and go read the information. I will share all the links of everything that I talk about in this chat once this video is done in the description box, and you can go um, check it out yourself. So, so this is a article from The Guardian, and it was published Sunday, the 3rd of October, 2019. And the headline says, data confirms more women have realized that there are far worse things than dying alone, which is bad news for patriarchy. And I'm going to go into the exact portion which what I'm saying about. CNN reports that there are more single working women than ever before. But by 2030, according to CDC, 45% of working women ages 25 to 44 in the United States will be single. This inspired a Twitter exchange. The Twitter clash perfectly captures a growing cultural divide. There are those who still believe that traditional marriage is the natural order of things and that those are not participating in this institution are failing society and must be desperately unhappy and lonely. Then there are the rest of us who believe that traditional marriage is great for some, but not for everybody, and we certainly don't feel lonely failures for choosing to opt out. And yes, for many of us, it is an active choice, not just an economic outcome. Contrary to decades of prevailing wisdom that those who marry are better off, a 2017 study published in the Journal of Women's Health found that women who stay single or who divorced are actually healthier than those who stayed married. By contrast, married men are healthier than men who are not. Why the discrepancy? For starters, men are less likely to go to the doctor than women, unless of course women, i.e., wives, nudge them. Women are also traditionally better at maintaining social networks than men. When a man divorces, he may see his physical and emotional health slide. He loses the person concerned with keeping him healthy and much of his social network. By contrast, women who divorce just see their relationship evolve from investing in a man to investing more heavily in social and community connections. And you guys can go and read the rest because there is a lot. And when I say a lot of information in that article, go read it. It's from The Guardian. And it is actually titled, You Don't Have to Settle the Joy of Living and Dying Alone. So, if you're speaking on women actually live happier, healthier lives when they are single or divorced. That is what statistics have proven. So if you're a woman and that's what you're worrying about, you will be fine according to statistics.
I am so disappointed that you're over here trying to tarnish this good man's name for all the teachings and all the stuff. I am so I'm disappointed in you.
You're
I am
disappointed.
so disappointed. Talk it out, Mama.
I
Talk it
can.
out. I mean, you got an audience of women over there just slashing men right now.
They're not slashing men because I said I don't have any bone to pick in this fight. It has nothing to do with Ben or it's just how everybody has to play.
I feel good. I come from the jump.
Everybody has to play their part. And if you didn't play your part, then you don't have anything to say.
Well, we are talking about.
Me talk about the facts.
I just got out the gym.
Me talk about the facts. They say black women are gonna die alone, and I show the statistics.
Black women are gonna die alone. So if yes. Black women are gonna die alone, and black women out here have their husband already. Are you a generalizer? I said.
That's what he said. They're going to die alone. So I showed statistics prove that women some that are some are. If they divorce, if they divorce or they're separated, they live happier, healthier lives, according to statistics, and they live longer.
So my grandmother dead gone left my grandfather there. You know what I mean?
There's always exceptions to the rule.
Yeah, man.
There are always exceptions to the rule, but statistically, women live happier, healthier, longer lives.
So that's the narrative you all. So that's what y'all over here pushing. That's the narrative y'all over here pushing. That y'all don't need us, and without us, you live longer.
We didn't say we don't. We did not say we don't need y'all. In the grand scheme, in the grand scheme of things, we need y'all, just like how you need us. But if someone is going to push divisiveness, especially in our community that's already heavily divided,
happier, healthier lives without us.
Yeah, according to statistics. You can't believe it.
I don't know where you got that statistics from, but
I'll share it.
Okay. I bet that statistics cause me bet money.
It's in the Woman's Journal.
I'm enough said. I'm out. Peace. It's in the Woman's. See that?
The National Women's Journal from 2017. So that was one of his famous saying, black women are going to die alone. And in contrast, the way he died, like what you put out there in life says a lot. And no one is disputing that. There's always exceptions to the rule.
Never get the man that you want, you'll always have to settle for it. Settle.
You hear, babe?
Yeah. Somebody always has to marry you.
You have a
It's not the person that you want, so you don't have to settle.
Well.
Like the girl, I'm tell you, sir. Like the girl I told you about at the gym. Mm-hmm. You know, I known them for years. Mm-hmm. She was into tall, good-looking, strong-body brothers.
Who told you that you said that's settling for her?
You see who she was not?
You hear, babe?
All right. I ain't making fun of the man's condition. I'm just saying.
Who told you that's settling for her? You probably think it's settling, and she probably think it's leveling up.
If it's not what you wanted, it's settling. That's what the word settling mean. That's why he was saying that the woman. Wait, listen. That's why he was saying, right, that the woman that. The woman, by her own account, said that she herself was average. Mm-hmm. But she was also saying, damn, why I gotta settle for an average man? So Kevin was saying, don't use the word settle, because if you get average, you're getting what you deserve, because you yourself said you were average. So why do you think you're average and you deserve somebody that's top of the line? If anything, that man would probably be settling for you because you already have 2 kids. And if he don't have no kids, then you have 2 kids. He's coming in with a woman that has 2 kids already. She's average in every way possible, all of this. So stop using the word settle. That's what he was trying to tell her.
So suppose she didn't know.
Which is true.
You can be with somebody and know that did not know that that's what you needed in life. And when you think they're average or you're settling, that's what you needed. And now you view them as top of the line, top notch.
Let's all be honest.
Look at Sierra and Russell. She said she didn't know that that's what she needed.
She did, but Sierra did the work. She did the work. She said it. She said, Ciara said, see, this is the part that y'all don't want to talk about. Ciara said she did the work. She leveled up. What the problem is there's a lot of women out here, sisters, they don't want to level up. They just feel like I'm average, but I deserve top of the line. And Ciara was letting you know that you got to do the work. If you want top of the line, you're going to have to level up to top of the line. You know what I'm saying? A man.
And what is top of the line? Because everybody's top of the line is different.
Top of the, well.
My top of the line is not the same as somebody else. My top of the line is somebody.
Don't complicate it now. Don't complicate it now. Don't complicate it now. Top of the line is top of the line.
Some people believe that Kevin Samuels was top of the line. In my opinion, Kevin Samuels was not top of the line.
Top of the line for what?
Women think that Kevin Samuels was top of the line. He was
just a teacher.
He was the end all be all. Like
he was just a teacher. And a lot of teachers, a lot of teachers have their own faults. That's what I was also saying. Like, listen, the best teachers come with experience. You know what I'm saying? I don't want you to tell me how to make my marriage work when you have never been married and you're 40-something years old. You can't tell me how to make my marriage work.
I agree.
I'm going to listen to either somebody who had 2 marriages under their belt and their third one is working, or somebody like my grandparents who've been together forever. You know what I mean? Since they were young 20s and they're like 95 years old now. Them people I listen to. I want experience. You see what I'm saying? So,
but I'm the latter. I want experience from people that's actually successful. So if you're talking marriage,
failure is a teacher, man.
Well, it is.
You don't get to be successful without failure.
It is. But I want the information from someone that has been through it, has stuck through it, and is consistent in what they're doing. And while you may have information that is valuable, if you're divorced, I will take it with a grain of salt. But if I'm going to look to someone to be like, it's not going to be that.
I will shut this whole show down right now. Listen. Listen. What's the one thing that Kevin lied about?
What?
When he was talking to our sister.
He said we're die alone and
that's what y'all hanging on to? That man said a lot of valuable stuff for even us. He put brothers who were not on their game, he put them on check all the time. But it's funny that only sisters see that, oh, he talking bad about us. Oh, he said, what did he say, babe?
The way he addressed women when they called in and they asked for advice is highly disrespectful. And this is where we're going to disagree. I would never, ever want a man to talk to Milani like that. I would never, ever want Kai to talk to a woman like that. Ever.
Listen, we're not talking about our babies. We're not talking about our babies.
You're indifferent because those are your children, right?
No, not that. Not only that. We're not talking about our babies because if I'm thinking about my babies as they are now.
This is why I'm saying all the men that think what he did was right.
You see,
I want them to have a daughter and let that daughter be with a man that speak to them the way Kevin Samuels speak to other women.
You see how you
and they would be indifferent.
You see how you cut me off? Okay, that's what those women were doing. They called his platform and were cutting him off, so he had to direct the platform. And you can tell that some of these women they have this whole, I'm gonna overtalk you, I'm gonna say what I have to say, you know, and so he had to like nip it in the bud.
Yeah.
You know, nip it in the bud.
You get more.
Get
more bees with honey, okay, down the line.
So y'all just want people to pretty stuff up.
We don't want.
No, you know,
we can disagree to agree while you are still being respectful. That's the thing. We don't have to agree all the time, but if you're gonna disrespect me in the same breath, it's not gonna work. Statistics also prove that if you're going to correct somebody, you cannot do it disrespectfully or else you're not going to get to a solution.
Man, these people have heard this before many times. Most of these women are grown-ass women. And
that's what
I said. They have heard this many times. So how many people do you want to sugarcoat the same thing to you? Somebody has to give it to you raw and uncut. Everybody can't come massaging your feelings and your ego and
but
caring so much about you because you're so fragile. And you start to miss the point. You start to fall in love with just your ego being massaged and this cushion that's created around you. You miss the truth. Babe. Somebody had to give you the truth in a way that it is disturbing to you. So you remember it even after they're gone. Because I'm telling y'all right now, no matter how you don't like that man, what he said, the truth in what he said is still going to be here. And the same goes for all race. And we're not talking about all race. I'm just saying. I'm just saying the same goes for all race. So black women are going to die alone. White women are going to die alone. But we're not talking about black women are going to die alone. Some black men are going to die alone. Yeah, we're not talking about that. And some of us will be fine dying alone. We're not talking about that. Yes, though. We will. That's not what we're talking about. We talking about other things. Hey, listen. That's why you see how as soon as I bring up Malani and Makai, his views contrast. Because that's different. It's not different, babe. Yeah. Our children are gonna grow up in a world where people like him are going to have influence, and if I ever see my son doing something like that, he would have to get corrected. Because no, I mean, I'm fine. We can agree to yes. All right. We can agree to disagree, but you can't. Don't think. You can't disrespect a woman and then think you're going to get solutions out of the conversation. It's not going to happen. I agree. You can't disrespect anybody and try to get solutions. Exactly. But and it goes both ways. But check this out. Not everybody deserves respect. And I'm sorry to say that, but it's true. You have some people out there where you have to bark at them like dog because that's what they understand. And when you go over there trying to give respect, you end up getting bit. You know what I mean? And you running away crying how hard you just got bit. So I'm going to have to teach my son the different kinds of women that are out there. Remember the book, The Black Man's Guide to Understanding the Black Woman? Yeah, okay. I remember. Now I'm going to make sure that my son read that so he understands that there are different. So he just doesn't walk around willy-nilly in the world and think, oh, love all of them, respect all of them, treat all of them like queen. Big old Dr. Keisha broke him heart like he want to kill somebody. That's exactly why abuse him. That's exactly why some of these men are the way that they are, especially Kevin Samuel. A black woman hurt their feelings and they're traumatized and then just come out here acting a fool. God no. God no. God no. God no. I just say you go here. God no. She a piece of work. They're traumatized. I'm sorry. This woman took this personal enough. I definitely did. She was mad. She went to the gym this morning without saying, babe, I'm going to the gym. I'll see you later. Anything. She just star me and I say our piece. I am so disappointed in you. That's why I came in like that. I'm so disappointed in you. I'm tired. I just came from the gym myself. I definitely was. But she just star me and I'm so disappointed in you. And then star out on God. Y'all heard me on the live or who probably them never did it, but on my live, I was like, oh, I heard the door alarms go off. So I'm like, I guess she went to the gym. I'm trying to keep it kosher in front of a live audience and stuff. But she took it personal. She really took it personal. But you know what I try to tell her? I said, Kevin gone, him dead and gone, right? And everybody else who is on these social media stuff, them yard chilling. Don't let that affect us. Because when me want my things, I mean, I want no drama. The part is, I can't believe you're supporting somebody that consistently disrespect black women, and you are. You have a black woman. You have a black daughter. You come from a black woman. I was just saying he was speaking truth. It was not sitting well with me. I'm sorry. I understand that. I understand that, but the truth hurts. And sometimes. We can agree to disagree right there. All right. Now go exit stage left because let me see what this is going. Give me this. I'm hungry. You hungry? Yeah. You know, so me just eat banana. But like I was saying, a lot of the men that support his content and think that what he was doing is going to work or it's going to bring forth solutions.
I would just love to know, like, if do you have a daughter, or do you think that your daughter deserved to be talked to in that manner, especially if you're trying to correct her, if you're trying to bring forth a solution? Is that the way you should go about it? And are you going to tell your daughter that she don't have any right to feel disrespected, belittled, or demeaned based on how he said what he said? What do those men have to say? Because I'm sure it's gonna be different. Babe, send me a slide. I'm just saying, think about it. Because if it's not good for your daughter, if it's not good for your sister or your mother, then it shouldn't be good for anybody else in society. It's pretty simple. Anyway, let's get back to the rest of the facts. He said you're average at best. So I'm indifferent to a lot of the stuff that he said. You're average as at best. Everybody is average in somebody's eyes. Really? Babe, everybody is average in somebody's eyes. How am I twisting it up? Everybody, I may feel like I'm above.
There's a baseline that comes from, and it's called.
And who made that baseline? Who is the end all be all that made the baseline about who is average and who is not?
Society.
Society.
And how things are set up.
Society.
And how things are set up.
Okay. I am above average in my eyes, and I'm sure there's people out there that think I'm average.
Everybody thinks they're above average in their eyes.
No, not everybody thinks they're above average. Cardi girl never called this morning, so they're average at best, and they know that on your channel.
Well, you can tell them about that thing, so they'll probably feel like them feel like them average. After you've been through so many people, you just feel average.
Alright, so
but you twisted it.
We're
talking about high, like a different level.
Everybody thinks someone is average. Let me just put that out there. It's all up to the individual and the person, and society have their standards and what they think is average and above average. But quite frankly, it's up to you as an individual to determine that. Nobody on social media shouldn't be there telling you what's average and what's above average in your eyes. That means people have the ability to control this, and no one should have the ability to control this. You are the only person that should be able to say, okay, this is average, this is not average, this is above average. Yes, babe.
The C student, I don't mean to keep interrupting you, but the C student, you're in school, right? The C student is the same as the honor roll student?
No.
Okay. All right.
But the C students still get a degree.
That's true. The C student still gets a degree, but do you aim to be a C student?
No.
All right. Okay. Why? Because it's average and you don't want to be average, correct?
He's using things that we talk about right now because that's so funny.
All right.
I don't like getting C's, so I always feel some type of way. But that's neither here nor there. It's right there. Yeah. Let's see the other one. Black. Babe, like I said, everybody has somebody that they think is average. It's up to you to determine that. Nobody on social media not supposed to tell you, say, this is a person average and that person is not. Wow. I don't think it's their right to be.
Everybody was crazy. Is that what we're thinking?
I saw. He's not a famous. It's funny though because Black women are fat, lazy, and they're going to die of diabetes and high cholesterol, which is another one of his famous sayings. So let's share the facts because you guys know I like to go with the facts. I don't just like to go with people life experiences because that doesn't span majority of reality. Me like to deal with reality and facts. So this is what the facts has to say. The facts has to say that the statistics are stark. According to the Department of Health and Human Services Office of Minority Health, 13.4 of Black men and 12.7 of Black women have been diagnosed with diabetes combined. Combined, their rate is 60% higher than that of white people. So, if you're going about facts and reality, more Black men have been diagnosed with diabetes. So, if they're going to die from diabetes,
I swear to God, I have to come in again. I'm sorry. Listen,
it's going to be them because they are the one that don't like going to checkups and taking.
This is why when I talk to people on my platform, I say stuff like this to the men. Watch your share cook gear. You understand? Because first of all, we outnumber you guys.
Yes, you
So
do.
if there's more of anything, like for instance, there are more white people in prison than there are Black people. Right? If you follow the narrative that prisons are filled with Black people, but we're not the majority in there because we're not the majority of the population,
society.
Right? All right. Understand those numbers. Understand also that in numbers for Black men and Black women, we far outnumber our women. So if conditions are happening among our people, it's going to affect more of the Black man than the Black woman. The numbers are going to look a bit different. However, a queen in the kitchen cooking up all that good heart attack and high cholesterol and stroke and diabetes, and so she's feeding her king good, right? And then him wheelie stop work and him leg about to go and he is sick out, and what she does, she change her diet and go look for somebody fit because now she in the gym working out, looking at her trainer, while me that one with my big gut from eating all her macaroni and cheese and all this, and I'm dying over there. Yeah, so maybe y'all need to stop. Y'all need to take control and command, right?
Do y'all listen to us though?
We eat what you cook.
Do y'all listen?
We
fix y'all portions and say,
the only thing we don't listen to y'all is go to the doctor.
Don't cut me off. We fix your portion. Okay, babe, you're 250 pounds, you're 6'4". You're supposed to have this much protein, this much carbs, and this much vegetable. Fix your plate. Okay, this is how much it's supposed to be. Give it to you. Here, babe. It's not enough. I'm still hungry. Let's go. We need one next plate.
Because you're cooking enough for 6 in a kitchen, and I know it's in there. So why you cooking enough for just 2? You know what I'm saying? Why aren't you cooking up for just 2? I'm not saying the food don't taste good. The food tastes good. And if we don't eat the food, see, it's a catch-22 for us too. Because if we don't eat the food, she's going to be over there like, damn, you don't like my cooking? What's going on? You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, if I aside of my house, we don't know. Like, anything can happen. You have to eat the food. So I'm eating the food to show you I appreciate your cooking. Yeah, I appreciate it. So, but don't cook enough for 6 when it's 2 of us.
I cook enough so I can leave some over for tomorrow.
No, I'm not like leftovers. Warm food fresh, well, like leftovers. So cook something healthy and just cook a nice like a portion, and then say, babe, this is your portion, and that's what you get to eat. Drink water. I drink water.
And yam everything else when I house because you're still hungry too.
Well, not top put so much food in there. It's like,
I have excuse as to why y'all do whatever you do. When we try correct the problem.
You see, but But don't dance around it though. The woman is like, she is like the doctor of
I agree.
family,
I agree. I definitely agree where that is concerned. Women in general needs to, especially black women, need to actually be careful about what they're feeding. Not only
That's all the
themselves.
man was saying, because you
But
feed the kids too.
But the fact that he said black women are going to die of diabetes and high cholesterol
that's too general.
Exactly.
I think that got out of context.
It got out of context.
Yeah,
when you guys are the one that have the most diabetes and high cholesterol, and not us.
If me I talk on my channel and I say, yo, Jamaican people stay a certain way, you know. I wait for that one idiot that's gonna run and say, yo, I'm gonna talk bad about Jamaican people. Like, I didn't know I had to spoon feed everybody and be careful of every sentence.
But
you live the generalization. Anybody educated knows that not all people are any which one way or another. You know, so
I agree.
Sometimes when you talk, you forget to put in the be specific, sum off, and then you're gonna say that, and it gets taken way out of context. I understand what the brother was trying to say. You're not trying to understand what he was trying to say, but you know that there's truth in it. You just said yourself. I agree. As women, we need to.
As a woman, we need to be careful what we're feeding ourselves and our men and our kids.
Yeah.
But the fact that he said black women are going to die from diabetes and high cholesterol, and you guys have the highest levels of diabetes and high cholesterol.
You know what, people?
It is not sitting well with me at all, especially when you're making generalizations on, and he had such a big platform, which is also another problem, because you're spewing generalizations about black women in our culture and our community. That not make no sense.
But we understood that.
No.
Why y'all hang on to the negative?
No.
Why a person that gave you so much positive, you choose to hang on to just a little bit of negative that was there? Why? I have not heard you acknowledge not one truth in all the things he said.
What have I not acknowledged with?
Did you look into your audience and says, you know, he was right about this. He did say this and it made sense. But this right here, I don't like. Did you say that?
I have.
No, you just have the man up on the cross and see his spirit bleeding.
Yes.
Crucified. Yeah, there was truth in what he said. But you have to get the good with the bad.
Well,
if you're going to crucify the bad, you have to acknowledge the good too. Keep the thing balanced.
I definitely am keeping it balanced.
All right, babe. Yeah, keep it balanced.
Yes. You guys can't keep it balanced. I find that men on social media have this thing where they can't keep it balanced. Me, I'm definitely keep it balanced, because I said black women are the reason why he has a platform and the reason why he said what he said.
Men on social media.
Yeah.
No. Which man you follow on social media?
There's plenty, and I scroll on social media all the time, and I see the BS all the time.
And you use those to judge all of us.
Me not use it for judge everybody. Me not use it for judge everybody.
A few man on social media, just generalize.
You guys have no foolishness that comes with you, okay?
Oh,
just like how black women have the foolishness that comes with them.
Oh, say that again.
Black men have foolishness that comes with them, and black women have foolishness that comes with them, and that's.
I would have never thought.
Shut up, babe.
Girl, stop. Are you for real? I would have never thought.
But the way he went about it, it's just.
Go and crucify Kevin. I go back around.
Me can't go and crucify. I'm not crucifying anybody. I'm just pointing out the generalizations that he made about black women, and the way that he went about doing it did not solve anything in our community. It didn't resolve anything. It did not do anything that more than bring more separatism and divisiveness in our community. That's all. I'm not kneeling pan on cross or anything. I'm just debunking some of the stuff that he said, like black women are gonna die alone. Statistics prove that when we are alone, we live happier, longer, more fulfilling lives than men. Sorry, don't shoot the messenger. It's the truth. He also said black women are fat, lazy, and they're going to die of diabetes and high cholesterol. And I also showed you guys where statistics prove that in minority black women and black men have the highest levels of diabetes and high cholesterol. And when black women actually have those diseases, we actually take care of ourselves. We actually go to the doctor, whereas black men, they tend to refuse to go to the doctor, get checkups and stuff like that. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Um, all right, so let's see what else. Your average at best, I already talked about, and the high value man. Oh my God. The whole high value versus low value thing it's causing way too much problems in society, really. High value versus low value. Your head big like bread. Yes, tell me what's high value, babe.
Because apparently you didn't watch his video where he described what high value was, right? This is what he said about high value, because some people are saying that Kevin made it up. And he's letting everybody know that it didn't come from him. It's always been around. And high value doesn't necessarily have to do with your finances. High value has to do with, yeah, your finances are in place, but you're also influential. And other high value men, like one of the traits are other high value men look at you as, yo, he's somebody that belongs to the brotherhood or could belong to the brotherhood. He can make some phone calls and make some things happen. He has a connection. He has a network. He made a grand example. He was like 12 people could be sitting at a table, just an example, right? And you be at the table as a man and you have more money than all 12 of them combined, and you could still not be a high value man. You understand? So the high value that he was talking about was something different. He also said in that same video that sororities and fraternities and secret organizations have been around since the beginning of time for the longest, right? So he's talking about somebody who belongs to a certain group, a certain setting, a certain level.
Demographic of people.
Right. And he was saying that if you think you're going to get one of these men, he also said that one of these type of men he's talking about, they are of the 10% or less. So what does that say? That said that most of we are normal, regular, struggle, if you want to call normal, regular, everything. I was saying high value. Exactly. But when sister is going to go out of her league and look at us, he was defending us also, because here you have a woman that calls herself average and described everything about her life that was average at best, but still says she got to settle for some regular guy. And he's like, why are you using the word settle? Settle implies that you are accepting less than what you deserve. You yourself are a regular person. You're not high value. So if you get a regular guy, why would you consider that settling? It's not settling. It's you getting what you deserve. You don't deserve a high value man when you're a regular schmegler. And it's hard truth, but it's true. Right? And then that's what he was about with the high value thing. So if you are gonna speak on it, you have to have watched the entire lecture. What I found out that people did was a 90-minute lecture turned into them watching 5-10 minutes and snipping out parts of things that might sound offensive on their own, then making their own video to like demonize the man or something. But if you listen to the things he say in context, people do that to me all the time and do it to you too on social media. So you should know that this is possible and this is what people do, right? All that gaslighting and all that instigating. He meant well.
He meant well.
He meant well. He meant well. So high value is not, oh, you're low value. He's just saying that you're average. So stop calling people that are like you, oh, I'm settling. That's offensive. You can look by your man and tell him, say, well, my dream was to have a high value man, but so far me have to settle for you. I'm supposed to feel happy about that? If me look by you and tell us that I wanted a high value woman, but I had to settle for you, that sound good to you?
No, it don't.
So top use the word settle when you're right in your league. You know? That's it. I come help you with the high value. So carry on. Now that you know what the high value is about. There wasn't no low value. It was average. Average folks. He even said his grandma, and I said that this morning, his grandmother and his grandfather are two average people. For him, grandma was like the queen on the throne. She regulated the thing. So in his eyes, she settled for his grandfather in his eyes. But at the end of the day, they were both two regular people. They were both two average people. However, these two average people were able to get together and create a legacy that even them today, as accomplished as his family members are today, they still haven't matched what these two
have done.
Average people have gotten together to create. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes it's good to just play in the ballpark where you belong and go with what is good for you instead of trying to reach so high where you don't belong and stuff.
And everything good for the goose, good for the gander.
Oh my God. What y'all trying to say? What y'all trying to say?
Alright, so let me just say this. If we have a way of being delusional in this world of social media era, and I'm going to tell you this. If you are someone that thinks a high value man is someone that makes a certain amount of money, has influence or have fame, whatever your quote unquote requirements are, whereas high value are concerned, that's your business. Quite frankly, high value to me don't mean anything that has to do with influence, fame, money, how much you make. High value has to do with the amount of peace you can bring to your household, how you raise your children, how respectful you are to your partner and other people around you. That's my definition of a high value man. It has nothing to do with how much you make and all of that, because in the grand scheme of things, you can make the most money in the world and be the worst father ever.
That's why he said that. It's not about money. But at the end of the day, that conversation stems from women calling in saying they want a man that can provide them the type of life where they get to sit down all day and take care of home while he pays for everything and takes up and regulates everything. And he was saying, okay, so this is yes, I want a high value man. And he was saying, well, listen, a certain level of submission comes with this type of a man. You understand? And the problem is some of y'all are willing to submit in certain ways to these types of men. Therefore, you will never have these types of men because you yourself already are not in that league that this man exists in. That's just true. No, but that's over I'm trying to make everybody feel like we're all on the same level, because
me don't make everybody try to feel like they're all on the same level, because
everybody feel good, society I am them.
Yeah, because me working towards my bachelor's degree and a woman from back road are not on the same level.
All right.
So
but it is some women from back road have their bachelor's.
I know, and they work there to get it.
All right. All right.
But society is still gonna separate the two.
Okay. So you're saying what I'm saying?
Well,
you're saying what I'm saying. I don't want no rebel backroad woman, backroad reject. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't want that. I wouldn't go out there choosing that and saying, yeah, I don't care about your past. I mean, you can't left out the backroad part. You're the love of my life. No, I'm gonna look at you and think, how much money reaching a fair amount already? How much man turn her this way and that way? What is in her mind, and what part of her made her do that? And will that part ever come back again? You know what I mean? No matter how good I'm able to provide for her and change her life. She might just decide to say,
yo, that you want.
Yeah, she like 3 at a time, and she like the ensure and something and something on, she like our things. And I can't provide none of that. No matter how much money and peace I bring, it still won't satisfy that part of her. So
Yeah.
We ain't the same, man. No matter how we want to. I just say don't exalt yourself over people. That part. Don't exalt yourself over people. Move silently.
And don't believe you're better than anybody else based on things that you have attained in society. Because in the grand scheme of things, you can make 6 figures now and then next 3 years from you're homeless.
You see, true. But that's like an extreme. Don't exalt yourself because money comes and goes.
And societal
riches comes and goes, and anything can take all that away. Change your life.
And societal acceptance in the grand scheme of things don't mean nothing, especially if the people around you knows that you don't have any good intention for the people and when they're around you. Or what does all that do for you? All the money in the world, but you don't have any love in your life. What is it going to do for you?
I tell you what, buy some insurance and invest your money well while you're getting it. That way you will never go back to that.
Go back?
Yeah. So when people are talking about why exalt yourself and one day you're going to broke again, you say if you invest your money properly and you buy some good insurance policies and these things and pay into them and and put in some good investments, you'll be all right. You don't have to go back to that. People would pray that you go back to that, but you don't have to go back to that.
I mean, people that say how he died broke and stuff like that. Please stop spreading foolishness.
He didn't die broke.
Stop spreading foolishness.
But that's what I said this morning. I said, listen, you can. I understand if you don't like him, right? And I understand if his message was harsh to you and all that. Because even
felt something.
I listened to him talk to a woman yesterday. I fell off my chair, literally fall off my chair. I was in the room laughing so hard because of how he was just brash. But then I was like, yeah, but he still didn't lie. But he was just so to the point. And sometimes you have to be to the point with some people. And not everybody you can massage up with it because they're not listening to you. They come to you. A lot of people come to you to turn you into a yes man. They come to you to make them feel like all the failures and friggery they've been doing is okay. Right? So if you draw the line and you're like, nah, you're sparring below average, my friend, and that right there is not acceptable and rah-rah. They're going to look at you like, wait, why I talk to me so? Because I'm no longer massaging your ego and lying to you or trying to sneak truth in lick by lick. I'm just going to lick you with it hard in your face and you're going to have to take it as it is. He was one of those kind of people. But don't make up stuff after the man passed about how him dead broke and him did have one hookah in a room and them a lie and I say it was a travel nurse and all that's been proven. The guy is far from broke. The woman in his room was not no damn hooker. She is a travel nurse, right? And all these other things. But I mean, to defame his character after his death because you don't like the message that he gave while he was alive, that's a whole different level of low to me. He said what he said when he was alive. You could say why you don't like him. And some of it, I'm going to be like that. Honestly, if I was a woman and you talk to me like that, me I cut. Even though I try to tell me the truth.
That's the same thing I said.
But my thing is,
women called in.
Where was the lie? That's my thing. Because if somebody not lying, I can't go against
me just prove said a lot of what he said he was lying. So
no, man. You never prove that.
Yeah, me prove it. Me have the statistics.
Yeah, read those statistics from some biased woman magazine. Some biased woman magazine that's trying to make women feel like you know.
It's an academic journal.
Yeah, man. Some academic journal.
Yes.
And I just explained to you the numbers and how they got to those numbers. So you're gonna ignore all that?
How do I get to the numbers then?
We outnumber y'all. So of course anything that's happening to us as a people is going to reflect more on the men in numbers because we are here more than you. I gave an example of there are more white people in prison than anybody else in the U.S. because white people outnumbers everybody else that is here. So naturally, when crime are commit, them are commit crime too. So more of them are going to go to their prison because their numbers bigger than we, but they push the narrative like we the ones that pull up the prison. You know what I'm saying? So and just that, man. I think we have a basic misunderstanding here, is what it is. That's what we think it is. Yeah, I think that's what it is.
I guess.
I think that's what it is. Big up, Kevin. Long live Kevin Samuel.
The people that called into his program, are your business if you want to call in and get the man opinion and get disrespected in the same breath. Like, that's all on you. And that's why I said I have to blame black women for this foolishness. And if you feel disrespected and you called in and asked for his opinion, he has every right to disrespect you because you're on his platform. So, black women, where's the beer?
They know exactly how he is.
Exactly. That's what I said. You have to have some discernment about what you do and who you put yourself in front of. As far as high value is concerned, like how I explained before, I told you what my definition of high value mean and all of that. Let me read some. Let me read some of these comments. The comment section is lit. I can't even keep up. All right, so Flo, respect your opinion, but it's Shakira time now. I see one where I let Shakira talk. Oh, say it louder. Say it again. And Maya J said, any woman that calls this program know the type of advice they would get. That's why I said they're the one that calls this, really. And they're the one that continue to support his content and continue to go into his platform, support it, comment, shares, whatever. They did what they did. And also, I don't feel bad if there's a woman out there that is happy about him dying, that's their business. If there's a woman that is sad, that's their business. If there's a woman out there that feel like he helped them, good for them. Men helped, good for them. I'm not here to invalidate anybody's feelings or tell anyone how they should feel, because we live in a very fake world, especially on social media, and all the people that are, oh, you shouldn't say this, you shouldn't say that. When you check them behind the scenes, I'm all tegering. J. Richard said, no, Shakira, he's way too much of a fan of KS. We can disagree where that is concerned. He has his own opinion as far as Kevin Samuels is concerned, and I have mine. I felt like he was misogynistic, divisive, and he promoted nothing but generalizations about black women. And another thing, let me hurry up and finish this video because I know my kids are about to wake up. Let's talk about one of his videos. Let me put it up here really quickly so you guys can see it.
And a lot of times guys don't want to hear that truth. We just don't. You know, if I come on here talking about, you know, female nature, such and so forth, and if I would start bashing women or talking noise, oh man, the likes and everything will go through the roof.
So that is what he had to say about why he chose the type of content he chose. And as you guys can see, he said that certain content brought him views, brought him likes, and that is why he did what he did. So you don't have nobody to blame but on yourself, really, where he is concerned. Y'all made him rich. after all disrespecting y'all, really. Uh, Somebody, Debbie Boo said, so Flo, displaying this passion for KS is almost like finding out that your neighbor who you've known for years is actually a racist. I saw everybody have their opinions about how he did what he did and whatever. We can disagree without being disrespectful. Big up yourself. And that's all I'm saying. The way he went about doing what he did is super duper disrespectful. Like, it's very much disrespectful. And the point I want to bring across is that Black women have the right to feel however they want to feel, whether that be happy, sad, indifferent, or in between. Don't come on social media and tell women that they shouldn't be happy or they shouldn't be sad or they shouldn't exude any type of emotion. This is a free world. What else did I have on here? Oh, the 911 call. So let me share this for you guys. I think this is going to be the last thing about Kevin Samuels that I will actually talk about because let me rewind it all the way. Turn it.
It's not going to make it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. But then I don't want you to disconnect because something can happen while you disconnect now. Again, but I'm saying I need AED. If they have one downstairs, I need to get them up here now. Are you able to get the neighbor back? I'm going to hang up with either I hang up with you or you call them in the front desk and get an AED right here now. He's turning blue. I cannot wait any longer. I need to call the front desk to get an AED. He's not going to make it. 1, 2.
So that is the 911 call of the nurse that was with him the night he died. And quite honestly, I feel like she definitely was in shock and she was doing everything that she could to save him. But I also know that if someone is having cardiac arrest or heart attack and you have to be giving them CPR or something, natural protocol is call 911, put the phone on speaker and speak, and you do CPR at the same time while trying. But she as a healthcare person, she was probably panicking. And when you panic, all the protocols that you know go all the way out the window. And another thing, people are saying that, oh, she looks nice and she looks great. She's average at best to me. Because if I'm being quite honest, a lot of the pictures that they're using are one of the best pictures they have. And Kevin Samuels had a lot to say about how Black women were fat and lazy and we complain too much when this, I guess because she's Latin, it's categorized as she was thick, but that's not thick to me. But I digress. Everyone have their opinion on are about what's thick and what's not. Okay. And she says she's what? 6-figure woman. That's all fine and dandy, and you have a degree in nursing, but that don't say anything about who you are as a person, what about your morals are, who at all your values are. So you can have all the degree in the world, you can make all the 6 figures in the world, but that don't really say anything about who you are as a person, as a individual. And I hope me not have spoon feed or no. Because a lot of people can look at her and say, oh, she thick. But let a black woman look just like that. They would say she is 2 burgers away from being fat. Okay? This is where I have problems. And Kevin Samuels was someone that was very harsh on fat black women. So for him to die like this is very ironic to me. Sorry. The double standards in this society is crazy to me. But shout out to her. When I looked at her social media the other day, I was confused. I didn't know if she was a nurse or a OnlyFans girl or something. Me no know. But shout out to her. She did her thing. And Kevin Samuels probably died a very happy man. Very, very happy. I'm sure enough other black men would love to die like that too. Anyways, where's again? You're here, yo. I saw he had a lot to say, and then to see the woman that was actually in the building, he had a lot to say about fat black women. So it's very ironic to me. Very. All she need. She gotta watch it. She's on the verge. Anyways, I would love to hear what Kevin Samuels actually his wife had to say, or his ex-wife had to say, because I feel like that would a lot of people would understand him better. Like someone would come out and speak on his behalf as far as his intentions were. But he came out and he spoke so many things that he was living contrary to. Black women are fat and they're going to die of high cholesterol and diabetes. And look who he was in bed with. Anyways, only when black woman fat, we're going dead with diabetes and high cholesterol. Everybody else is thick. They're BBW. Let me come off of the people, them internet. Huh? Oh, and for all the travel people out there that have their degrees and they're consistently traveling, don't let, because you have that degree and you're traveling and you're making good money, fool you into thinking that slotting yourself out while you're traveling is okay. And then come back and want people to wife you and husband you up because it not gonna work. Tambourine, yeah, come with.
Yeah, throw one door, babe.
Me a throw one. Yeah. Whoever the rock stone gets sling and lick, let them scream. Let them scream.
I don't do a thing.
You know what I think?
Nope. I take my contract. I arrive at a facility. I do my time. I'm a good therapist, and when I'm done, on my way home. I ain't never touched nobody. I never try sleep with nobody. I ain't do nothing.
Yeah. Like I said, don't make the money fool you. So when you go upon the contract and you whore out yourself and you come back, you feel like the money is going to hide who you really are. Don't bother do it. Nobody go whore out of some other place in the US and then come back and act like you're something you're not. Because whatever happens in the dark will come to light. And no matter the amount of money or the amount of degrees you have, darling, If you're whoring and sloring, you're whoring and sloring, whether that be in a different part of the United States or while you're at home. And that says a lot about you as far as your morals and your values are concerned. And the amount of degree our money can't hide that. So with that, I'll end this live and say I'm very indifferent to Kevin Samuels. Whoever got good information from him, good for you. Whoever felt disrespected from him and you feel like celebrating now, do as you please. I'm not here to invalidate nobody's feelings. I'm just coming to debunk some of the stuff that he said. So, deuces.